I found my fiance's shocking list, reasons I'm not suitable for marriage. She said, "It's just brainstorming." I replied, "Is it now?" Then I read the list aloud at our engagement party and walked out. She was frantically trying to explain her brainstorming to our horrified guests. I, 32M, am still reeling. My life took a nosedive into a bad sitcom plot, and I'm the unwilling star. My fiancée, Chloe, 29F, and I were supposedly deep in wedding planning. 4 years together, engaged for 6 months. Everything seemed fine. Typical pre-wedding stress, like debating cake flavors. Last Thursday, I was hunting for a warranty doc in our shared home office. Chloe's usually hyper-organized, but her desk was a mess. Amidst the wedding clutter, a fancy moleskin notebook caught my eye. Curiosity, my old nemesis, made me flip it open. The title, in her neat script, slammed into me. Reasons Mark is not suitable for marriage and how to manage them prenuptials. Mark, that's me. My stomach dropped. I read the list. It wasn't just a list. It was a multi-page takedown of my supposed flaws and her strategies to manage them. Some lowlights: financial incompatibility, his frugal nature versus my lifestyle needs, my saving for a house down payment instead of indulging her whim for $700 shoes was a red flag. Her fix? A prenup to shield her future earnings from my restrictive spending. She even noted my salary with a sub-bullet: potential for career stagnation, must encourage more ambition, i.e. more dollars. Social awkwardness, doesn't network effectively. My introversion, my preference for quiet nights over schmoozing at corporate events, was a hindrance to our combined social capital. Her solution? Mandatory attendance at 2+ networking events per month. Practice small talk scripts. Family ties, overly attached to parents' sister. My close relationship with my family, weekly dinners, frequent chats with my sister, was problematic. The fix? Gradually reduce contact, set firm boundaries with his family, not mine. Lack of spontaneity, too predictable. Because I plan our finances and don't enjoy surprise trips costing thousands while we're saving. Her brilliant solution? Schedule spontaneous activities. I will take the lead. Appearance fitness could be better. Apparently my 3 gym sessions a week weren't enough. I didn't have the right physique. Encourage new gym membership, higher tier. Subtle wardrobe upgrades needed. Will curate. There were pages more, each flaw detailed, followed by a calculated management strategy. This wasn't love, it was a blueprint to remold me, or at best, manage the parts she found inconvenient. I felt sick. This wasn't the Chloe I knew. I put the notebook back, my mind a whirlwind. Our engagement party was Saturday, 2 days away. Friends, family, all expecting a celebration. When Chloe came home, bubbly and oblivious, I tried to act normal. Kissed her, listened to her chatter about centerpieces. Inside, I was a mess. I barely slept Thursday night. On Friday, I couldn't shake the cold dread. I knew I had to say something before the party, yet how could I bring this up without an explosion? Saturday morning, with the party looming, I attempted to talk to her. I showed her the notebook, my voice tight. "Chloe, what is this?" She went pale, then quickly composed herself, snatching it away. "Mark, don't be dramatic. It's just brainstorming, stress relief. It doesn't mean anything." She tried to laugh it off, calling me silly for even looking. When I pressed, asking if these were her genuine feelings, she got defensive, accused me of snooping and blowing things out of proportion. "It's just ideas, Mark. Can't a girl have private thoughts?" she said dismissively before rushing off to her hair appointment, leaving no room for real discussion. Her casual dismissal of my hurt as me being dramatic solidified my decision. Saturday evening arrived. The venue, a trendy downtown spot, buzzed with guests. Chloe was radiant, greeting everyone, acting as if our morning chat hadn't happened. Her parents, Richard and Susan, beamed. Her sister, Claire, was already well acquainted with the champagne. My parents and sister, Sarah, looked genuinely happy for us, oblivious to the turmoil. An hour in, after appetizers and drinks, Chloe's dad gave a lovely speech. Then it was my turn. Chloe squeezed my hand. "Speak from the heart." Oh, I intended to. I stood, took the mic. The room quieted. "Good evening, everyone," I began, my voice steady. "Thank you for coming to celebrate what was meant to be a joyous occasion. Chloe has been especially diligent in her planning." I pulled out the moleskine. Chloe's smile vanished. Her eyes widened. "In fact," I continued, "I found some of Chloe's detailed notes. She titled it Reasons Mark is Not Suitable for Marriage and How to Manage Them Prenuptials. Quite the title, huh? Gasps rippled through the room. Chloe turned sheet white. I tried to discuss it with her this morning, I said, my gaze fixed on her. She assured me it was just brainstorming. But given the detail, and since we're all here, all our loved ones, I thought perhaps these brainstorm points deserved a wider audience before we all celebrated a union based on them. Chloe was mouthing, Mark, no, don't, eyes darting wildly. Her mother looked horrified. Her father, confused, a frown starting to form. And then I read. Point 1. Financial incompatibility, my frugal nature. Her solution? A prenup to protect her future earnings. And I quote, must encourage more ambition, i.e. more dollars. Dead silence. I read about my social awkwardness, the mandatory networking, some friends' suppressed smirks. When I got to family ties, overly attached to parent's sister, I looked at my family. Apparently, loving my family is a problem needing gradual reduction. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Mom looked tearful. Sarah furious. Chloe was desperately trying to reach me, babbling, Mark, please stop. It's not what you think. It was just private. From a corner, a slurred voice, likely Claire's, shouted something incoherent about girls' secrets before being shushed. I ignored them. I read every single point. The appearance critiques, the scheduled spontaneity, the whole damn list. With each item, the room grew colder. Chloe's image shattered. Finishing, the silence was absolute. Chloe was crying, mascara streaking. You're twisting things. How could you? Twisting things? I echoed. This isn't a diary, Chloe. This is a plan to change me or tolerate me while ensuring your comfort. This isn't love. After you dismissed my feelings this morning, I realized this was the only way to make the gravity of this clear. I looked at our guests. I apologize. Clearly, there's nothing to celebrate. I placed the engagement ring, my family's heirloom stone, a setting I'd spent months on the table beside her notebook. This belongs to you, I told Chloe. Consider this engagement and relationship over. I turned and walked out. Behind me, chaos erupted. Chloe wailing, her parents shouting, guests murmuring in shock. I didn't look back, just kept walking into the cool night, finally breathing. What now? Numb, furious, and a tiny stupid bit heartbroken. Update 1. 1 week later. Thanks for the comments and DMs. Seriously validating. Knowing I'm not nuts helps. The fallout from Partygate, Sarah's nickname, has been intense. That night, my phone exploded. Chloe, her parents, Claire, her coolest friends, ignored them all. My parents and Sarah found me at a bar offering quiet support. Sarah was livid on my behalf. The next day, voicemails. Chloe's tearful, unconvincing apologies. Silly list. Stressed, didn't mean it, you misunderstood. Her mother Susan screeching about how I'd humiliated them and owed them an apology and party costs. Her father, Richard, left a conflicted-sounding message, muttering about disappointment, but also echoing Susan's points about public embarrassment. Claire's texts were pure gold. You think are perfect? You shamed her. Real men talk, not throw tantrums. And you owe her big time. Make it right. The family entitlement is staggering. Then Chloe's flying monkeys, Danielle and Jess, tried mediating, telling me I overreacted. Chloe was insecure. I should be the bigger person. One claimed, all girls make lists like that. No, they don't. My response, relationship's over, nothing to discuss. Click. Midweek, Chloe showed up at my apartment. I live alone. Saw her through the peephole, didn't open. She banged, shouted about needing to talk, being cruel. Building security escorted her out. She screamed I'd regret this. Charming. Gifts arrived at my work. Flowers, cookies. I miss you, forgive me. HR returned them. My boss was understanding. The worst? Chloe's telling people I had issues, was commitment phobic, twisted an innocent list to escape the wedding. Audacious. The engagement ring. A couple of days after the party, I called the jeweler, concerned about the ring. He confirmed he still had it and mentioned Chloe and her mother had indeed come in, quite agitated, trying to get a cash refund. He'd politely informed them that as I was the purchaser and it involved a family stone, any returns or changes had to be authorized by me. He said they were very displeased but respected his policy. He assured me the ring was secure, so a week of emotional whiplash, guilt trips and lies blocked Chloe and her family. My resolve is steel. This is about her character. Update 2. 3 weeks later, from dumpster fire to toxic inferno. But I'm standing and their flailing proves I was right. Direct contact died after the blocks. Team Chloe got creative. Social media smear, Chloe's public Instagram post whined about betrayal, shattered dreams, unexpected heartbreak. No list mention. Vague booking for sympathy. Comments mixed, clueless support with snake emojis and list questions, quickly deleted. Targeted pressure. Chloe's bridesmaid Zilla, Tiffany, cornered my sister Sarah at yoga, accused me of emotional abuse for reading the list, claimed Chloe was devastated, demanded Sarah make me do the right thing. Sarah told Tiffany to take her manipulative BS and downward dog and get the hell out, then reported her for harassment. Go Sarah. Chloe's mom, Susan, called my mom, cried about Chloe not eating, withering away, suggested our moms meet to work this out and get the kids back on track. My polite but steely mom, Susan, your daughter detailed plans to manipulate my son. The only thing Mark needs back on track from is Chloe. Don't call again. Hung up. Hero. The pièce de résistance, a legal letter from Richard, Chloe's dad's last name. While his initial voicemail had sounded somewhat torn, this letter was pure aggression, likely heavily influenced by Susan and Chloe's outrage. It demanded public apology for defamation and emotional distress, return of all engagement gifts to them for them to redistribute, compensation for the party, $20,000 damages for Chloe's suffering and reputation harm. The ring back, entire ring, heirloom stone included, claimed it was a conditional gift defaulting to her family, full of bad legal jargon threatening further legal action in 7 days. I laughed, the nerve. My response? Took their letter and Chloe's list, photocopied, naturally, to a real lawyer. A shark. Miss Albright, she read it, grimly smiling. Mr. My last name, this isn't legal, it's a wish list from delusional bullies. They're entitled only to a dictionary to look up audacity. Her actual, intimidating legal letter stated, no apology. I suffered defamation from Chloe's list and her subsequent dismissal of my valid concerns. My family friends' gifts returned to them by me. Her side's gifts, her problem. No party compensation, Chloe's duplicity and dismissiveness caused the disaster. Damages claim frivolous. Pursue it. I'd countersue for my distress fees. The ring, heirloom stone, verifiably my family's, setting bought by me. Claiming it is attempted theft. Added a jab about her prenup list revealing her financial motivations. Ouch. Sent certified mail. Deafening glorious silence from them since. Chloe deactivated Instagram. Tired of snakes, maybe. Ms. Albright's pricey, but the peace of mind and seeing their demands professionally crushed? Priceless. This isn't just dodging a bad marriage. It's making clear I won't be bullied, manipulated, or gaslit. They messed with the wrong frugal, socially awkward, overly attached to family guy. Revenge isn't loud, it's methodical, legal. Watching them hit a brick wall named reality, and her legal counsel. Final update, 6 months post-Partygate. Life's surprisingly normal. Time for a final update. After Miss Albright's letter, the demands from Chloe and her family ceased. Completely. Not a peep. Richard didn't pursue his legal action. Perhaps seeing the legal counter-arguments, and after the initial family outrage died down, his earlier reservations about Chloe's list resurfaced. Susan stopped trying to enlist my mother. Claire, presumably, found someone else to blame for her hangovers. The ring? Still safely with the jeweler, under my name. I haven't decided what to do with the setting yet, but the heirloom stone is secure. Maybe I'll design something for my sister Sarah with it someday. She deserves it after being such a rock star through all this. Chloe's fate? The general consensus from acquaintances and a few of her former friends who distanced themselves after the public fallout painted a clear picture. Her parents, Richard and Susan, after Ms. Albright's letter likely forced some hard conversations, seemed to have had a serious talk with Chloe. Word was Richard, in particular, was deeply embarrassed by the whole affair and urged Chloe to take responsibility for her actions. They apparently told her she needed to mature and find a way to support her desired lifestyle independently. Her part-time marketing gig eventually ended. After the engagement blew up so publicly, and her reputation took a hit, her performance reportedly suffered. She was let go a couple of months ago. Last I heard from mutual contacts, she was attempting to launch some kind of wellness influencer profile online, though it hadn't gained much traction. Her posts were still full of vague platitudes about overcoming adversity, with little sign of self-awareness. Her core group of enabling friends seemed to have drifted. Constant drama and a victim narrative can wear thin, even on the most loyal. The most telling piece of news, which trickled through a friend of a friend, was that Chloe had tried to reconnect with an old college boyfriend. He, apparently aware of her recent history, politely declined, reportedly saying he wasn't interested in unnecessary complications. Me? Doing good. Really good, actually. Initial weeks were rough. Betrayal stings. But standing up for myself, refusing to be a doormat, and watching her carefully constructed world of entitlement crumble under the weight of her own actions was incredibly empowering. Focused on myself. Got a promotion, ironically despite my lack of ambition. More time with my family and true friends, no small talk scripts needed. Took up hiking. Chloe sneered at it. Love the peace. Miss Albright's bill? Worth it. Best stupid list tax ever. Lesson, trust your gut. Never let someone make you feel inadequate, especially when their adequate is a puppet. No anger for Chloe now. Pity, relief. Relief from a lifetime of being managed. Pity she's too lost in entitlement for real happiness. Satisfaction wasn't dramatic revenge. It was the quiet, methodical dismantling of her expectations. The engagement party reveal was the necessary catalyst after my initial attempt to discuss it was brushed aside. The real consequence was her facing the unvarnished reality of who she is and what she tried to do, stripped of her ability to manipulate. She wanted calculated benefits. She got calculated consequences, her own. Thanks for reading. Helped more than you know. Now, a mountain awaits, literally.